Good morning, YouTube. I'm gonna see if I can put this short together real quick. And this is about drawing inspiration. Uh, Drawing inspiration. Where do you draw inspiration from? Where do you draw inspiration from? Where do you draw inspiration from? When you sit down at the piano, it's very sometimes you got to draw inspiration, and maybe it's from a favorite piece. Maybe it's from a favorite piece, and you're gonna have a lot of favorite pieces. Again, my first inspiration was "Tender Love" by Force MDs. Sorry. Let me start that over. My favorite piece was by you know, you may draw inspiration from other pieces of music. You might draw inspiration from other artists, but what actually brings you to your keyboard? You may draw inspiration out of your normal practice. And once you start learning how your keys operate, you'll start actually playing a song. For some reason this Bluetooth is trying to pair. But think about where you draw when you sit down at the board. Where do you draw your inspiration from? Sometimes you may draw your inspiration from just repetition. Kind of like you guys heard me play this Human Nature. You may draw inspiration from a piece of music that you've been playing. You may draw inspiration from the original creator of the song. A lot of people think it was Michael Jackson. It was actually Steve Porcaro from Toto. And when I started playing this song, so in order to draw inspiration and begin playing this piece, I actually went back to watch him play. There's a YouTube clip of him giving the origins of the song, and when he starts to play it, you know, because he just adds all type of subtle nuances, kind of like when we go to the or that's me. He actually played this part. So sometimes I go back and I listen to the original artist. And that part was kind of sometimes I go back to the original artist and I actually listen to their story. I listen to how they actually play the song. Or you know how SWV you start listening to other pieces of music just to draw inspiration from. In music language, they may call this, I had to channel an inspiration, pull from another source. So when you sit down and play, just think about even simple classical pieces. And once you start drawing from the piece, I'm trying to figure out something else I had to do with this. I wanted to go flat on that. There it is. Then you actually be getting it right. That's the 4. Just chord structures. Chord structure. So I'm actually trying to draw inspiration from out of this piece of music. So even when you do your regular practice, just sit down, C major, A minor. and then you actually start getting into the creative lane. You know, just all in the key of C. So every time you sit down to play, I wouldn't say every time, but sometimes if you don't feel inspired, even with that piece 8 of Ice, where are we going with it? And see if I remember it. I don't remember the song anymore. You know, so now I'm just trying to draw inspiration from out of a song. But back to the leading topic. You know, where you draw inspiration from. Every time you sit down at the piano, even if you gotta sit down and just wait at it, you know, think of a song to play, or start playing another song until you go back to the original artist and see how he played it and listen to his story. Those are some of the ways I draw inspiration on when I sit down to play.